and welcome to Puzzling Happiness. I'm Vesna, and I know that you are eagerly waiting to hear about our trip to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship, and that video really is coming, but I realized that at first I want to do a little recap video of my speed puzzling journey before the championship. So in this video you will hear how I started this whole speed puzzling madness and why I like it so much and how is it going. So thank you for your patience. So I begin by saying that I pretty much stopped doing puzzles when I was 19. I was way too busy with studying and playing music in some folk bands and much later being a librarian. So I hadn't done any puzzles at all for like 18 years. But then YouTube recommended to me a video of Karen puzzles, and I was completely hooked from the start. First of all, I didn't have any idea that there are such huge puzzles available nowadays. I also thought that watching someone do puzzles is very relaxing. So for 1 year I watched Karen's videos every morning when I was eating breakfast, but I didn't dare to touch any puzzles myself because I knew that if I do one puzzle then I would never be able to stop. But then the COVID pandemic kind of ended and it was again time to go to Rotekon, which is a really big role-playing convention here in Finland. But there are also many other things like historical dancing, board games, and to my big surprise, a team puzzle competition. I had a really strong will to participate in that competition, even though I hadn't done any puzzles at all for like 19 years. So yeah, I seriously thought that, yeah, I can do that, just because I had seen so many videos of puzzles. So yeah, is there anyone else who has thought this way, or is it just me? I didn't know anyone who would be willing to participate in the competition with me, so I hung around this really huge community puzzle and tried to get people into my team. But for some reason it was quite difficult. I have been thinking afterwards that maybe I shouldn't have said that I haven't done any puzzles at all for 19 years. But hey, I have seen many puzzle videos. So yeah, maybe that wasn't so helpful. But then I finally found my team of 4 and we were ready to compete. The puzzle was this 1000 piece puzzle of Rapala fishing lures. And I have to say that when I first saw this, I was quite shocked. Like, are those dead fish? I still think this looks quite creepy with all those hooks and staring eyes. We had 4 hours to do this and we finished like 4 minutes before the time was up. Out of 9 teams we placed 6th. It was really an incredible feeling that we actually were able to do it in time, and I really loved the cooperative aspect of it. Actually, I just recently did this puzzle again because I was curious to see if this would feel any easier now that I have done quite many more puzzles. But surprisingly, this felt still quite challenging, and I don't really understand why, because there are so many different lures here, so that you would think it would be really easy, but nope. But it was really fun anyway. But yeah, just as I had predicted, I wasn't able to stop puzzling. I started an Instagram account and this YouTube channel because I wanted to do a puzzle advent calendar series with my husband Jan.
Your brain is made of puzzles.
Yeah.
Puzzle.
It is actually. and we are doing another puzzle advent calendar series this December, so stay tuned. And this time we don't have any idea what the image will be, and I'm so excited. But after the competition I didn't really try to be fast because puzzling felt so new and difficult for me. These are some of the first puzzles that I did, and I got times like 3 hours and 4 hours, but now that I'm looking at these, I realize that these are actually quite challenging. But I was still very interested in speed puzzling, so in January 2023 I signed up for my very first online speed puzzling competition, just to see how I compare with others. And a few days before that competition I tried a method that I had never tried before, so I just flipped all the pieces and then sorted only some of the pieces, so not all, and that changed everything. It was so much fun. I was so active all the time, and I feel like my brain was working better because I was so active all the time. I was flipping the pieces and moving the pieces around and all the time trying to make something connect to something, and wow. So that experience basically changed my whole perspective to puzzling, and after that I have always tried to do puzzles as fast as possible because it's just so much fun. For me, speed puzzling is the most fun thing that there is, because when I'm speed puzzling I don't think about any worries or past mistakes. I just concentrate on finding the right piece. And when I do find the right piece, it feels so good. And when you find the right piece like 500 times in 2 hours or even less, it feels super, super good. So yeah, maybe that's one reason why I like speed puzzling so much. You get so much good stuff in so little time. It's also a game against primarily yourself, and the progress is easy to see and measure. Of course, the times might vary quite a lot depending on the puzzle image, but then it's just easier for you to not be so hard on yourself, so that you can always explain a bad time with, well, it was a difficult image. And that is another thing that I just realized, because I am usually a perfectionist and quite hard on myself, but I just cannot take puzzling that seriously that I would get that negative voice inside my head. And actually my inner voice is quite encouraging, saying things like, oh wow, that was such a difficult part, but you did it, well done. And I'm so happy about it. I am aware that I don't have any useful speed puzzling skills like visual memory or good spatial visualization or any of those superpowers. So I have accepted the fact that my journey will be a slow one. And I'm actually really happy about it, because now the excitement will last longer and I won't have any real competition pressure in a long time. So I didn't take it that seriously to practice for the Worlds, especially because the summer here in Finland is so short that you just have to enjoy every single minute of it. However, I did participate again in the teams competition in Ropecon, and this time I had the great honor to be a guest in the finishers team. We did this super difficult Helsinki City Plan 1876, and we finished 7 minutes after the winners and got third out of 12 teams. Each of us got this beautiful bronze medal, and it was so cool, especially because last year I almost didn't finish the puzzle in time. But yeah, the fact is that I am quite slow, and I didn't want to prevent others from succeeding in the competition, so that's why I posted the video on my Instagram account asking if there were any others who feel the same way and maybe we could form a team together, but I got 0 messages. For a moment I was quite worried that I wouldn't have any team at all, but then I was asked to join in another Finnish team, and I did warn them that I am quite slow, but they seemed to be fine with it. So yeah, that was a very good solution. But one thing was still bugging me. I had never in my life done a 500-piece puzzle in under 90 minutes on the first try. My best time was 1 hour and 39 minutes on a puzzle called Vintage Cookbooks. So I really didn't have any hope at all at the Worlds. I thought that if I'm not the last, I'll be happy. My reason why I wanted to go to the Worlds in the first place was to meet all the people that I talk with here on YouTube and on Instagram, but that didn't go as planned. So yeah, how did it all go? You will hear everything in the next video. I end this video with the pictures and times of all the 42 puzzles that I did before leaving to Spain. Thank you for watching and happy puzzling! See you!